Hi, good day to you, Taurus. This is Meenakshi of Meenakshi Tarot. This is a reading for the mid-December period, the mid-Sagittarius period. So this is a general reading, general love reading, relationship reading. We are going to see where this reading takes us to. Remember, we are all energy beings, and I'm just going to see what is the energy that's flowing towards me now. For you, Taurus, for this relationships that you are in, if this is a love relationship, what is going on here? See, some of you could be dealing with somebody who's being a bit childish, somebody who's being a bit petulant. Some of you are not feeling very loved right now, Taurus. What is going on? You're feeling a bit neglected. You could have somebody who's a little bit younger in your space, and this could be a bit of a challenge for you. They, on the other hand, are feeling as though they are the ones that is always giving, and this seems to be a miscommunication coming through in this reading here already, Taurus. What's going on? What's going on, Taurus? Remember, this is just a general reading that may or may not apply to you, and if it doesn't apply to you, Taurus, please do not take this personally. This is maybe not meant for you, and rather look at your moon, your Venus, and your rising sign. So let's just check what's going on here. So we are seeing here Scorpio energy coming through here. We see Cancer energy coming through here. We see some young energies as well. Some of you could be dealing with somebody who's a very hardworking, somebody who just causes you to focus your attentions on things. But there's also been a lot of growth in your situations, and you got to be so mindful, Taurus, of not becoming very spiteful or very selfish in your dramas. But you see somebody here who you're having this person. You could be having a love situation with a Scorpio person. You could be having this person who's very loving, who's very giving, who's very generous, and there's some movement within this relationship. We see that some of you, and I think that we did have a situation where some of you was feeling stuck in an old relationship, wanting to move forward to someplace else, but you want to hold on to what you have. It's like you want to be where you're at. You want to hold on because you can see the progress, the change, the new beginnings. You can see all these wonderful things. But then when you're having this situation here, where some of you are in this conflict, where there's this love situation, there's a Scorpio energy person, maybe there's this movement forward with them, this rebirth. Some of you, Taurus, could be also having this Aries energy coming through here. There's definitely some kind of betrayals that are also coming through here. Oh my word, what's going on here? What is going on here? Some of you could be in a love situation. You could be caught up in some kind of entanglement with somebody, and you really need to be very clear with yourself, Taurus, what is going on. You need to let your heart, take a back seat in your situation, and you do need to let your head rule. You need to be very mature about your situations here, Taurus, because you can't just run into something if you are already in something. Some of you are wanting to hold on to something, but you're wanting something else as well. This is what we see. You're wanting this transformation, this rebirth, wanting to move forward. We see, and there's some kind of a growth, some kind of development, some kind of change that has happened, some kind of transformation that has happened, and this has happened for your person. But we see that with the second chance, there has been some form of betrayal. Could be that there's something that has caused deep despair, some pain, some anguish as well. But there's been a situation between you and your person or your persons. Some of you could be getting caught up in something that is more than just you and one person. Could be something else as well. Some of you may be wanting to step out of where you're at, not feeling very happy, but you're still wanting to hold on to what you have, wanting to move forward. I can hear the rolling thunder coming, and it's like, this week has just been rain all the time. I'm hoping that the thunder is not going to be interfering with this, because this is like, it's almost like symbolic to what is going on in your life. I mean, you've got this thunder that's coming towards you, this thunder. We see Queen of Swords energy here. So that is Aquarius, Libra, Gemini energy. So either it's you rising above your situations, you having this in your chart, these signs in your chart, or you dealing with somebody who's an air sign, but also rising above. And this person could just be looking at the situations, or you yourself is looking at your situation and having a bird's eye view about what is happening, Taurus, what is happening in your situation, where is things going, how are you seeing things, how are you viewing things. But there's this lack of commitment. You are working very hard, putting in the midnight oil, and this person is really not on the same page as you. There's some disconnect. There's some kind of emotional disconnect where they're not feeling validated in this relationship. They are looking at the past and the decisions that they have made and the choices that they have made, and some of them may be feeling that they have made. Some of you could be in a situation where your person is feeling like they may have made a mistake. And somebody could have made a choice for somebody else, and they're looking at you and they're thinking they should have chosen you, because there's this love situation with you. There's definitely some kind of a twin flame soulmate connection here where somebody has chosen somebody else and they're regretting it and they want to be with you. We're seeing this. We see this here. They want to be with you and you're the one that they want to be with. Taurus, your energy here. They want to have this commitment with you. They're feeling quite confident, quite accomplished where they're at. They want to move towards you. We see that, but they're not feeling in sync with themselves, Taurus. We see that they're wanting to be more spiritually connected and wanting to make this commitment and reach out towards you, but there's this discord. There's this confusion. We see you are also very confused in your situations. You're working very hard trying to make things happen, but we see that you are also very confused about what to do, where to be at. You are putting in the effort and the time. It's quite a conflict because you do see the bigger picture, but you need to make some choices, and the choices that you need to make is confusing you, because for you there's a lot of noise around you and you don't know what it is that you need to do. For them, it's like they feel as though they've made a lot of bad choices and they're finding themselves in a place that they don't want to be, but they are having a love situation when it comes to you. There is some kind of a love situation when it comes to you. There's some kind of a disconnect in their present circumstance, but there is a love connection. There is this commitment. There is this joy and this happiness when it comes to you. You are dealing with a lot of, complications here. Your person's got a lot of complications. Your person's got a lot of drama. Your person's got a lot of things that are just upside down for them, and you need to be very aware and very mindful about what is going on here. There is all kinds of situations that are not revealing themselves, truths that are not coming out. What is going on here? Cards are jumping up here. We see Capricorn energy coming up here. Capricorn energy here for you, Taurus. You could be very blinded. I'm just thinking you could be very blinded. Energy flowing towards me saying that you could be very blinded. You're just seeing things the way you want to see it. Some of you I'm getting a feeling of a hot temper. Somebody with a hot temper. You could be somebody who's very hot-tempered. There's a little bit of gossip and drama going on in their life. You're feeling very battle fatigued but you are creating this drama for yourself and you're feeling left out of your situations. This is like a complicated, Taurus, you seem to have a complicated love situation. You are really making me think of the song, if you can't be with the one you love, love the one you're with. And some of you seem to have been doing this. You've been trying to love the person you're with, but you are feeling left out. You're feeling as though this relationship is a battlefield, but there's this contentment and this peace, and it's almost as though you are getting yourself stuck in a narcissistic situation. It's like you're having this, you are being the sadist in your own relationship. You are doing this to yourself. You are making yourself so unhappy. You have this opportunity for joy and happiness, but you're dealing with somebody who's so difficult. You're dealing with a situation where you don't want to be in it. This person also has choices, but I see these young energies, so there could be young children involved. There could be, there could be a young lover as well involved. There could be some young love situations here. There could be you needing to feel very grounded. There's a lot of generosity here as well. Some of you could actually be the provider in a relationship, and you're dealing with somebody who is, and this is what's causing you to be stuck. Some of you, what I'm getting is, some of you are in a relationship where you could be the main provider, and your person that you're with is not able to be financially independent for some reason. You feel like they are very much behaving like a child. You feel that they are like a child, and they are always in the beginning, always starting, always planning, and you're just feeling as though they don't ever seem to make this decision and this choice to grow up and to be more mature and to be able to be independent. But you, Taurus, are needing to look at the situation for what it is. You are feeling left out and unhappy with everything that's happening. You literally can walk out and you can be okay. But they are caught up in a lot of other situations. There's this otherness. It's like, it's almost as though the both of you seem to feel as though you made the mistake with each other, and now you are in a situation and you are stuck in the situation. It's like both of you are regretting choosing each other. So you're in a situation where there's some kind of financial obligation in this relationship, and both of you are feeling very stuck, and both of you are wanting to be someplace else, but both of you are now looking at where you are at, and you are, and you're having some days that are good days and some days that are not so good days. But when you are with yourself, and if there is this other person that attracts your attention that you want to be with, that's where you want to be. Let's see, what is this that just flipped over here? There is this other person that you want to be with. This other person that holds, it's a blended family situation. There's an attachment. You have an attachment. You could be attached to this toxic situation that you are in, and this is it. This is the toxic situation that you are in, and there's some financial situations in this relationship. There is financial constraints. This does not allow you to move on. It could be you could have some attachment as well, some family obligations, and this doesn't allow you to move on. And this person needs to also, they don't seem to have a plan at all. They don't have a plan. They have options, but they don't have a plan. They can make the changes that they need to make. And it's like what I'm energy getting to me is that you cannot afford, Taurus, to take on a financial responsibility for them if they want to leave. And you are here, and you need to be patient. And they need to reconnect with their higher selves, because they have their own disconnect, because they don't have a plan and they don't realize that they have options. Hearts need to be opened. There needs to be some balance here, Taurus, with the energies. And there needs to be a oneness with spirits and self so that you can move forward, and for both of you that you can move forward and you can move towards this love situation, whether it's with each other or whether it's with someone else, because this is a two-layered relationship here. There's you and your person that you are stuck with, and some of you have got somebody else that you are interested in, but your person that you are with it seems to be like a toxic situation. It's energy that's coming towards me. It's a toxic situation on Monday and a loving situation on Tuesday. So you guys are having the seesaw of both trying to endure each other and cope with each other and make the best of your situations, but that is not really where either of you want to be. But you got somebody who does not have a plan, does not know where they're going to be, and you are feeling very burdened because you are having to take care of them, and you don't have the freedom to love what you want to love, and they are just disconnected within their own selves, and they are stuck in their situation. But there is a love situation here. You guys can either find this love situation with each other, or you can both realize that you'll need to open your hearts, and this toxic drama that you guys are playing in, either you find the romance or you need to get out of this. This is like some kind of toxic nonsense, honestly. This is toxic nonsense. Somebody needs to have the courage. Somebody needs to have the courage and not make decisions when you're angry. Some of you could be wanting to make decisions when there's anger, but rather make decisions in, doesn't mean that today you guys are happy that everything's okay, then come tomorrow everything's not happy. And what fell out here? Let's see what fell out here. This is the situation where you're finding yourself in an unknown territory. But you need to answer the call. You need to allow, you are here in the situation exactly where you need to be. And it is a tough situation because there's a lot of issues, and you are in this place where it's difficult, and you need to move on, and you need to face the relationship for what it is. And right now, some of you need to realize that you need to answer this call right now. The doors are open. You need to allow healing to happen, and to connect and to mend those bridges and release a relationship that's not working out for you. But you need to also open your heart to joy. You need to open your heart to what is going to bring you happiness. This toxic nonsense here that you are getting stuck in, it's, you know what, you want out. You want out, and this is why you're finding yourself in this unknown territory, because it's like the time is now for you. You want out. The timing is now, and you want to move on. So you need to seriously think about this. You know what? How are you going to make this happen? How is your person who you don't want to be with going to see to themselves when they've been financially dependent upon you for forever? So if this is speaking to you, this is speaking to you in a situation where your person is financially dependent upon you, and you just can't do this anymore. You just can't be, you can't be what they need you to be anymore, and you've had enough, and you've had enough with them and the way that they are and their lack of planning and strategy. You can't. You need to make some decisions, because you can't do this anymore. You see that you can't do this anymore, Taurus. You really can't do this anymore. Wow, this is deep. This is deep. This is the beginning of the end for some people out there. So this is like a deep situation. And let's see, what is the grounding card here? Fall into my arms. Surrender. Holding the opposites, extremes of life. So you need to really surrender the situation. As much as you're trying so hard to control the situation and control the outcome of the situation, you do need to surrender the situation and realize that as in opposites that we are finding our truth. You can never find your truth in sameness. There's got to be this level of oppositeness, and sometimes it's this extreme situations in life. You know, it's like when you have sunshine and when you have cold weather, and when you have, you know, anger, and when you have peace, and when you have, you know, this really sweet emotion and this really bitterness that is there. You know, you really need to realize that it's when you are having these extreme situations, you need to just surrender it. You need to surrender. You need to realize that, you know, you guys are holding a situation with both of you on opposite ends of the spectrum, looking at the same situation, seeing something different, looking at the same situation, having a different outcome, looking at the same situation, having a different expectation. And you know what? You guys need to just surrender the situation. You, Taurus, needs to surrender the situation, because I mean, how long are you going to go on like this? Open your heart to love. Open your heart to joy. This is extreme. Taurus, I hope you guys have enjoyed this reading. Please remember to hit the like button. Please remember to subscribe. Please remember to share my videos. And I'll see you guys again next week. So take care and goodbye.